Module 9, Ijaw Culture and Expressions. In this module, you will learn about Ijaw, culture and expressions, which are an important part of the language and identity of the Ijaw people. Language is not only about words and grammar, it is also deeply connected to culture, traditions, beliefs, and ways of life. Understanding cultural expressions will help. Module 9, Ijaw Culture and Expressions. In this module, you will learn about Ijaw, culture and expressions, which are an important part of the language and identity of the Ijaw people. Language is not only about words and grammar, it is also deeply connected to culture, traditions, beliefs, and ways of life. Understanding cultural expressions will help you communicate more meaningfully and appreciate the values of the Ijaw people. In this module, you will be introduced to proverbs, idioms, traditional greetings, and storytelling. These elements are very important in everyday communication. Proverbs are wise sayings used to give advice, teach lessons, or explain situations in a meaningful way. Idioms are expressions whose meanings are different from the literal meaning of the words. Traditional greetings are used to show respect, especially when meeting elders or respected individuals. Storytelling is a cultural practice used to pass down knowledge, history, and moral lessons from one generation to another. Learning these cultural expressions is very important because they help you understand the deeper meaning of the language. In Ijaw communication, people often use proverbs and idioms to express ideas in a respectful and creative way. If you do not understand them, it may be difficult to fully understand conversations or messages in real-life situations. Traditional greetings also help you build respect and good relationships within the community. This module also helps you become more confident in speaking and understanding natural Ijaw expressions used in daily life. It connects language learning with culture, making your communication more authentic and meaningful. By learning storytelling, you also develop your ability to organize ideas and express them clearly while preserving cultural heritage. As you study this module, practice using proverbs and greetings in real conversations. Listen carefully to how elders and fluent speakers use expressions, and language and culture are deeply interconnected, and in Ijaw, meaningful communication extends beyond literal word usage to include rich cultural expressions such as proverbs, idioms, traditional greetings, and storytelling. These elements reflect the worldview, values, beliefs, and lived experiences of the Ijaw people. They are not only tools of communication but also serve as vehicles for transmitting wisdom, moral instruction, history, and social identity across generations. Proverbs and idioms in Ijaw are often used to convey deep meanings in a condensed form. They are commonly employed in conversations to advise, correct behavior, or emphasize important points indirectly. Because of their figurative nature, they require interpretation within cultural context. Understanding these expressions helps learners appreciate the depth and subtlety of Ijaw communication and improves their ability to engage with native speakers more effectively. Traditional greetings also form a vital part of cultural expression. They go beyond simple salutations and often reflect respect, social awareness, and relational harmony. Proper use of greetings in Ijaw demonstrates cultural sensitivity and strengthens interpersonal relationships within the community. Learners are expected to recognize when and how to use these greetings appropriately in different social settings. Storytelling is another significant aspect of Ijaw cultural heritage. Stories are used to preserve history, entertain, and teach moral lessons. They often feature animals, ancestors, or community experiences and are passed down orally from one generation to another. Through storytelling, learners gain insight into cultural values while also improving listening, comprehension, and retelling skills. By the end of this module, learners are expected to demonstrate a basic understanding of Ijaw cultural expressions. They should be able to interpret simple proverbs and idioms, identify key cultural practices, and more. Proverbs and idioms are a vital component of communication in Ijaw, reflecting the wisdom, values, and cultural identity of the people. They are commonly used in everyday speech, particularly by elders and respected community members, to convey complex ideas in a concise, meaningful, and culturally grounded manner. Rather than stating ideas directly, proverbs and idioms often communicate lessons indirectly through imagery, symbolism, and shared cultural understanding. Proverbs, in particular, serve important social and educational functions. They are used to teach moral lessons, offer advice, correct inappropriate behavior, and guide decision-making. Many Ijaw proverbs are derived from familiar aspects of daily life such as fishing, farming, family relationships, nature, and communal living. This makes them relatable and easy to connect with within the cultural environment. Through repeated use, these expressions help preserve traditional knowledge and ensure its transmission from one generation to the next. Examples of proverbs. Ijaw proverb meaning. Beni Okpo, Beni Weri. A person's character is seen in their actions. Eri Fa, Eriamo, what you sow is what you reap. Okpo de Fa, Ogbo de Fa. Unity brings strength. These proverbs reflect key life principles within Ijaw culture. Beni Okpo, Beni Weri emphasizes that actions reveal true character, encouraging individuals to consistently demonstrate good behavior rather than relying on words alone. Eri Fa, Eriamo, teaches accountability and personal responsibility, reminding people that the consequences of their actions are directly linked to what they do. Okpo de Fa, Ogbo de Fa highlights the importance of unity and cooperation, reinforcing the idea that collective strength is greater than individual effort. Overall, proverbs in Ijaw are not merely linguistic expressions but cultural tools that shape behavior, reinforce values, and maintain social harmony within the community. Idioms, on the other hand, are expressions whose meanings are not always literal but are understood within a specific cultural context. They add depth, creativity, and emotional richness to communication in Ijaw, Izon. While proverbs generally express moral lessons or universal truths, idioms are more frequently used to describe feelings, states of mind, or everyday situations in a figurative and expressive way. Understanding idioms is important because they help learners interpret meaning beyond the surface level of words. In many cases, the literal translation of an idiom does not convey its actual meaning unless it is understood within the cultural and linguistic context. As a result, idioms enhance fluency and allow speakers to communicate in a more natural and culturally appropriate manner. By learning both proverbs and idioms, learners are better equipped to understand deeper meanings in conversations, respond appropriately in different social situations, and communicate more effectively in Ijaw. Examples of idioms. Ijaw expression meaning. Mibari tamuno, I am very happy, literally, my heart is sweet. Miya feni, I am thinking deeply. Mitainbo, I am tired. Idioms such as these are commonly used in everyday Ijaw conversations to express emotions and personal states. For example, Mibari tamono does not refer to physical sweetness but rather conveys a feeling of joy or happiness. Miya feni expresses deep thought, reflection, or concern, while Mitainbo communicates physical or mental fatigue. Overall, idioms enrich communication by making expression more vivid, emotional, and culturally grounded. They help learners move beyond literal translation and develop a more natural and authentic understanding of Ijaw language use. Ijaw, Izon, cultural practices reflect the traditions, beliefs, and lived experiences of the people. These practices are deeply shaped by the natural environment, particularly water, as many Ijaw communities are located in riverine and coastal areas. Rivers, creeks, and mangrove swamps play a central role not only in livelihood activities but also in influencing social organization, language use, and daily routines. Cultural practices in Ijaw society are diverse and interconnected, covering economic, social, and spiritual life. Fishing, for example, is a major occupation and is closely tied to identity, survival, and community cooperation. Beyond economic activities, traditional festivals are celebrated to honor deities, ancestors, and communal achievements. These festivals often include music, dance, masquerades, and communal feasting, serving both spiritual and social purposes. Marriage ceremonies are another important aspect of Ijaw cultural life. They are conducted with specific customs that emphasize family involvement, respect, and community approval. Leadership systems, often based on traditional rulership and elders' councils, play a key role in maintaining order, resolving disputes, and guiding community decisions. In addition, communal rites and rituals are performed to mark important life events such as birth, initiation, and death. Together, these cultural practices help preserve Ijaw heritage, strengthen social cohesion, and transmit moral values from one generation to the next. They also reinforce a strong sense of identity and belonging among the people, ensuring that traditions remain an active and meaningful part of everyday life. Traditional greetings. Traditional greetings in Ijaw, liaison, go beyond simple salutations and serve as important markers of respect, courtesy, and social hierarchy. They are particularly significant when addressing elders, community leaders, or people of higher status. Unlike everyday greetings, traditional greetings are often more elaborate and may include polite phrases, body language, and gestures that convey humility and reverence. These greetings can vary depending on factors such as the time of day, the age of the speaker relative to the listener, the social context, and the specific dialect of Ijaw being used. Mastering traditional greetings is essential for learners because it not only demonstrates proper etiquette but also reinforces cultural awareness and strengthens interpersonal relationships. Examples of traditional greetings. Ijaw expression meaning. Ibie way, respectful greeting, similar to hello, sir/mo. Ebia esi, good morning, respectful form. Weri seni. How are you? Polite/respectful form. Otoni esi, good evening, respectful. These expressions are commonly used in formal interactions or in the presence of elders and community leaders. The choice of greeting conveys respect and demonstrates awareness of cultural norms. Example sentences. 1. Ibie owe, sir. Respectful greeting, sir. 2. Ebia esi, mama. Weri seni. Good morning, mo. How are you? 3. Arai, thank you. I am fine, thank you. 4. Otuni esi, chief. Good evening, chief. Storytelling is a central and highly valued aspect of Ijaw, Izon, culture. It serves multiple purposes, including preserving history, transmitting moral values, educating younger generations, and providing entertainment within the community. Traditionally, storytelling is performed orally by elders, who use expressive language, gestures, tone variation, and sometimes call and response techniques to engage their audience and maintain attention. Ijaw stories often reflect everyday life and cultural beliefs. They may feature human characters, animals, heroes, ancestors, or community events. Regardless of the subject matter, most stories follow a clear structure with a beginning, middle, and end. They also typically conclude with a moral lesson that reinforces important cultural values such as patience, honesty, respect, and wisdom. For learners, storytelling is particularly valuable because it strengthens listening comprehension, expands vocabulary, and improves oral fluency. It also helps learners understand cultural meanings embedded in language use, making communication more natural and contextually appropriate. Example short story. Ijaw text, authentic Izon. Mi itimi. Ye, mi go toru. Mi oyi ibon femida. Mi mee, ibon fifi mi ebiu. Mi de mi soya, owe, mi soniti. Translation. My name is Timmy. One day, I went to the river. I saw a big fish. I tried to catch it, but it escaped. I learned to be patient. This simple narrative illustrates how Ijaw storytelling combines everyday experiences with moral reflection. The story not only describes an event but also communicates a lesson, which is a key feature of traditional Ijaw oral literature. This module has introduced learners to key aspects of Ijaw, Izon, culture and expressive language, including proverbs, idioms, cultural practices, traditional greetings, and storytelling. These elements provide deeper insight into the values, beliefs, and social organization of the Ijaw people, highlighting the strong connection between language, identity, and culture. Through the study of proverbs and idioms, learners have gained an understanding of how meaning is often expressed indirectly in Ijaw communication, reflecting wisdom, moral instruction, and emotional expression. Exploration of cultural practices has further shown how daily life, traditions, and social structures are shaped by the environment and communal living. Traditional greetings have emphasized the importance of respect, politeness, and social harmony in everyday interactions. Storytelling has also played a central role in this module, demonstrating how history, morals, and cultural knowledge are preserved and transmitted orally from one generation to another. Through stories, learners develop not only language skills but also cultural sensitivity and interpretive ability. Overall, engagement with these cultural expressions enhances both linguistic competence and cultural awareness. It enables learners to communicate more effectively and appropriately in different contexts while fostering a deeper appreciation of Ijaw heritage. This foundation prepares learners to participate confidently in both formal and informal settings and contributes to the preservation and continued vitality of the Ijaw language and culture.